Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your...
Not good. Believe me, not good. I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers. No more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield.
Get your words straight, Jack.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
They're coming all over the place. No good. No good.
I admit to always improving.
Get your words straight, Jack.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
That the most potent force in the Republican Party is President Trump. We need Trump plus.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes.
Really?
And I resent.
Are you talking
like
about Hunter?
hell.
Are you talking about
I'm
Hunter?
talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter
you know
got
Bo.
thrown. Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He
For
wasn't dishonorably.
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Unbelievable. Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy. So crazy.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Yo, what is poppin', my precious users? This is the show. This is the beginning of the show. This is where the show begins. It starts here. And so that's going to be the idea. That's what we're starting a program. And then you get in on the ground floor. And then by the end of the program, you're having a great day. I mean, that's really just kind of the idea here. So hello, users. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm going to say hello. Dick Tutorial in the chat. We got Dusty Scarlet in the chat. We got Joshua Kisua in the chat. We got Vertigo in the chat. We got Matt in the chat. You like that? Pretty good. We got Carlos in the chat. We got Shuryif. Joe Chen, Home, Guinea, Real On. That's right, lightning round. I'm sorry, folks. We got Mr. Freak Glitcher in the chat. We got Nick Lass. We got Elephants Are Afraid of Bees. Hello, Zero Pain Elemental. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Jose. Hello, Choking on Ashes. What's poppin', folks? Hello, Other Matt. How's it going? We are here. We are queer. And we're going to have a good fucking time. So, I got some news articles. Some articles of, that are related to the news. These are new articles. There were old articles, and I was thinking about dusting them off, but then new ones came out. And so, as this is a news show, I'm going to get into those. But I have nothing else to say in reference to the chat room, so let me get the show set up, folks. I'm setting up. My windows are not of adequacy at this current moment in time. They're really big, so I gotta make them small. Gotta make them very small. Make them minimize. There we go. I'm introducing articles of news. That is true. I am introducing news in the form of articles that I'm going to read live on stream. So let's get into it. This is good. Let's start the day off right, folks. Let's start the day off right with some hot news. The Treasury Secretary of the United States of America has gone on the record saying that she supports a global minimum tax on corporations as a way to, I guess, combat capital flight. So this is pretty cool. The United States is working with G20 nations on a global minimum tax for companies. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said on Monday, it's part of President Biden's corporate tax plan that also includes raising the corporate tax rate in the US of A and setting minimum taxes on US companies' foreign earnings. Yellen said reaching an agreement would move the world away from what she called a 30-year race to the bottom. Together, we use a global minimum tax to make sure the global economy thrives based on a more level playing field in the taxation of multinational corporations and spurs innovation, growth, and prosperity, Yellen said. Yellen's remarks came during a speech Monday before the Chicago Council on Global Affairs as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group kick off a new round of spring meetings this week. I love the International Monetary Fund. It's one of my favorite funds, to be honest. This is Yellen's first participation in the meetings as Treasury Secretary. While the Biden administration is calling for a global minimum tax, a Treasury official would not give a specific number for what the target minimum should be. I say we should target a minimum for corporate tax rates of 95%. That's just what I'm just throwing it out there. That's all. Anyway, you can read the rest of this if you'd like. That's good news. I think this, again, anything, hello Max, anything to stop, like, you know, right-wing talking points like capital flight, I'm down with it. Global minimum tax is a good thing, and it's also, like, a good thing because, like, it's not just American-centric. Like, other countries are going to benefit from this, and so that's why I think I would support this measure. I do support this measure, and I hope that it works out. And as we can see here, Max the dog is such a happy boy. I love this fucking animal, man. I love him so much. Like, look, he's just happy to be alive. Look at him. Can you imagine being this happy? Hey, bud. Look at him. Unbelievable, folks. You know what that is? You know what that is? To be quite honest.
Unbelievable.
Lord. Hello, Adderin. Hello, Andrew. It's your birthday. Imagine being born on April 6th. That's unbelievable. In fact, I'll give you another one of these.
Unbelievable.
Might be two.
Unbelievable.
I had my coffee cup in my hand. I couldn't turn it off. Oh, no. You got two for the price of one. You had a phone call to go on. Well, you missed this dog. This dog just passed out dead live on stream. As you can tell, the dog is no longer alive. Look, I'm moving it. Look at that dog. They're a zombie. They're coming back. Oh, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. I love him. Anyway, did you know that Trump plagiarized Best and Brightest? Is that one of his movies? Or not movies, whatever, books or whatever? I don't know. Yo, what's up, Mila? Hello, Lindsay. I think I have said hello to everyone in the chat room. I'm pretty sure. Hello, Smia. I don't know if I got to you. I'm pretty sure I have said hello successfully to every single chat user in this chat room. Hello, Anastasia L. Hello, hello. Hello, Jeffrey. I'm glad to say hello to all my favorite precious users in this goddamn chat. God bless. Hello, Ronnie. Look, there's so many. They're coming out of the woodwork. I just picked up a rock, and they're coming out like ants crawling around. Hello, Mark. Birthday is not my birthday. My birthday is in a month and a half. I'm going to be 25, folks. The big 2-5. Something like that. I don't fucking know. Anyway. So I got some news here. Now that I have successfully said hello to all the chat users, I will maybe get to some more news. Actually, this is new. Again, this is not old. This is new. I'm about to be 25 and I have no family. That's gonna be me in about a month and a half from here. Holy shit, you're so young. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I am extremely young. I eat cereal and find out about global minimum corporate tax. Is a good day. God bless that day. That's a great day. 45 viewers, 18 likes. Question mark, question mark, question mark. This is a very important line of questioning coming in from Smia. Come on now, give a little like. That's what I'm saying. I agree. So like the goddamn stream. Listen to me, folks. Listen to me. If you don't like the goddamn stream, I've got news for you, motherfucker. Just kidding. I won't have news for you. I'm gonna go on strike if you don't like the goddamn stream. So I will not have news for you. This is a new show, and I will stop doing my job if you don't like the goddamn stream. Hello, lost in the fog of war. I'm 66. Goddamn, that's crazy. That's like 3 of my lifetimes. Wow. That's like, it's not literally 3? No, it's not. What would 24 times 3? What is that? 72, right? Yeah, it's the hours in the day. I'm smart. Anyway, yeah. Now that I think I have said hello to everyone in the chat room, we can successfully move on. Yeah, we can move on with the show like nothing I got a smudge on my glasses, man. Oh, there it is. That's brutal. Give me a sec here, folks. This is, I know. Can you believe it? It's infrastructure week here at Above It All Industries, so gotta, do some house cleaning, some eyeglass cleaning. I cannot see anyone in the chat right now. I cannot see these messages. I just see, I don't even know what I see. I see something. Yo, those lines are moving. That's crazy. It's crazy how different the world is without glasses. It's like that. It's the world is the same. It's just I can't fucking see. It's crazy, dude. But everything is unchanged. Did I get it? Now there's a piece of hair. There's a piece of hair on my glasses now that is maybe, I guess, been transferred from the eyeglass cleaner to the glasses. The smudge has been erased. The smudge is gone. It's been destroyed. But there was a hair left. Oh, there's one more. Oh, what is that? Back at it again, folks. Cleaning off these glasses. I really am sorry about this. This is very unprofessional, I must say. But again, it's very unique. What other stream do you watch where you see some stupid bitch, like, not know how to clean glasses over and over? Is there, like, a fucking film on my fucking cloth that's creating this, like, bizarre scenario? What is that? That's so strange. There's, like, a... Like, I keep using the cloth, and then new stuff is appearing on the glasses. I don't know what's happening. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I'm trying my best. Trying my best. Alright. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Why shoot for anything less than perfect? You know what I'm saying? There's so many beautiful people typing chat messages, and I can't read any of them. Alright, folks. I think I'm ready. Holy crap. Wow, I can see so clearly. That's amazing. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Hold up. Dr. Suchkind? Hello, hello. Counting Amberjacks? Hello, hello. Damn, that is incredible. Holy shit. Alright, folks, let's read the news. So there is a problem brewing in Joe Biden's White House. Is it Hunter Biden being found somewhere? No, he's not being found. It's actually another one of Joe Biden's family members. Actually, it's Major Biden. What's going on with Major the dog, folks? So this is an article published 7 hours ago from Fox News. They're telling us the most important things that we would ever possibly need to know. Biden White House tension to blame for Major getting agitated, dog expert says. Cesar Millan said this problem doesn't lie with Major, but the situation and people the dog is surrounded by. So I don't know who that is, but they're a dog expert, folks. All right, let's read. There is a hairy situation brewing at the White House. High-profile dog experts are speaking out about what they believe is really causing President Biden's dog, Major, to act out after he reportedly bit 2 people at the White House in recent weeks, according to a report. Cesar Millan, known as the Emmy-nominated television series Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan, described the White House environment as, quote, a place full of tension. He said the problem doesn't lie with Major, but the situation and people the dog is surrounded by. So as you can see here, Max the dog is currently in a very peaceful slumber. As you can see, you can also look at my hair, the absolute state of the back of my head. That's crazy. But Max the dog is having a really good time because there is no tension in my household. Everyone is fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're all fine. Major, on the other hand, right? This is one hand that I'm using to read the article, and this is the other hand. So Major, on the other hand, no such luck on that one. So as we can see, here's a photograph of Major the dog. It's not the dog, he told Politico. What Major is saying is that he doesn't feel safe yet. And if he doesn't feel safe yet, he can't trust. And if he can't trust, he can't feel calm. Professional dog trainer Larry Crone said a dog's behavior, whether it's good or bad, is created in the environment that the canine lives in, where it spends its time, the people it spends its time with. I don't like the idea of using it to talk about dogs. I believe personally that dogs are people, and I use they, he, she, etc. for dogs. Crone added the behavior comes out of fear and insecurities, which he said is typical in the German Shepherd breed, like Major. Quote, especially when it's not a well-bred dog. So we're getting some shots fired here from Fox News. Larry Crone saying that Major Biden is not a well-bred dog. Don't know what's going on there. And you can't punish that out of a dog. Space, ... space. You can't treat that out of a dog, he said. It's the same thing. According to Politico, you have to change the mindset of the dog to where they feel comfortable and confident in their own skin and they trust the people around them. This is incredible. The series of biting incidents started in March when Major 3 sank his teeth into a Secret Service employee who required attention from the White House medical unit. White House Press Secretary Jen P. Psaki referred to that incident as minor, unlike the name of the dog, who is Major. After the first bite occurred, Major and Joe, Biden's seemingly less rambunctious older German Shepherd, Champ 13, were sent to Wilmington, Delaware to be looked after by a family friend. They later returned to the White House, reports said. During an interview with Good Morning America, Biden said Major was going home and he didn't banish him to home. He was just going for a little trip. This is incredible, folks. Do I have what it takes to read the rest of this goddamn article? Let's go. We have a dog sitter there, a friend who takes care of him, but you turn a corner and there's 2 people. I don't know at all. And, and they move. Joe Biden's really, he's doing a great job. Yes, there are people around you and they move. It's incredible. And he moves to protect, but he's a sweet dog, Biden said. 85% of the people there love him. 85%. Who are the 15% of dog haters? Fire those motherfuckers. Bitch, please. Joe Biden, you campaigned on legalizing or at least decriminalizing marijuana, and you said the people who joined your staff weren't going to be fired for it. You fired them for weed. Why don't you fire people for not liking the damn dog? If I were president of these United States and some dumb bitch staffer waltzes in to my office, says, I hate your dog, you know what I would do? First of all, I would beat the fucking shit out of them. And then second of all, as they're bleeding on the floor, I would fire them. I would look at them, I would say, you fired. And then I would get my dog in here and my dog would finish them off. Because that is just unacceptable. 15% of White House employees do not like dogs. That should be a headline in its own right. In fact, I'm going to write that down. That's going to be the title of this video. 15% of White House employees hate Major Biden. What gives? That's going to be the name of the video. Celebrity animal trainer Joel Silverman referenced Biden's Good Morning America interview and suggested that, quote, nobody is looking at this thing from the very beginning as a serious thing. What thing are we talking about here? Are we talking about the dog? Are we talking about the dog biting people? What's happening? That being said, of course, reminder, biting White House employees, that's pretty cool. When the dog bites one time, it's something people need to take a look at, Silverman told Politico. When you have the owner, I don't care if you're the president of the United States or you're just an average dog trainer like myself, if you are answering a question and blowing off an issue about the biting, that's a problem. That's a red flag. I agree with that. Ask not what the dog can do for you. Ask what you can do for the dog, Milan added. Very punchy quote. Anyway, so this is breaking news here, folks. Major Biden has some haters. And hopefully Major Biden can dab on them haters. Because honestly, 15% of White House employees hating dogs, that seems like a big headline to me. Imagine being a human being and you don't like dogs. Like, that's a sign, that's a trait of a psychopath as far as I'm concerned. And so I'm just throwing that out there. I got a text message. Someone has texted me on this day. What? Oh, Lord have motherfucking mercy. Are you joking? Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. I just let it go. I'm about to hold it again. So we got some breaking news here. We got some breaking news. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Are you joking? Y'all are never gonna guess. Well, actually, you will be able to guess because this is not the first time. You ready for this one? You ready for this one? Hold up, hold up. I gotta set this up. I gotta set this up. I gotta set it up. Hold the phone, folks. I know, I know. What could possibly be brewing? What could possibly be brewing right now? Well, you'll see. Hold on, I gotta write a fancy tweet. Gotta write a fancy tweet. Because this is breaking news. Gotta write a tweet about it. So hold the phone, folks. You know, I've had way too much coffee today, man. Hold up, I gotta make an adjustment to my stream layout. I have been demonized. Can you believe it? I have been demonized. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Demonized. Can you possibly imagine such a situation? Could you possibly envision a scenario? When was the last time this happened? Wasn't that like in February? Sorry, folks, I'm dealing with something. Now, yes, I am no longer monized. I think the last time this happened was February. February 3rd. That's correct. Okay. Hold up. Specific policy that was flagged. Harmful content. So harmful. My content is harmful to viewers. What does that even mean? All right. Making some tweets. Fuck's sake, my super chat is gone! Folks, this is breaking news. This is breaking news. If you want to, while I'm writing this tweet out, give me money, I would appreciate that. Are they once again smearing your good name? Yes, they are. It's ridiculous. I have been demonized. First I got demonized. Then I got demonized. And then I got demonized. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe it? You want to know what? I know someone who can't believe it.
Unbelievable.
Alright, give me a sec. I gotta construct a tweet that's gonna get the retweets, folks. You know, it's a multi-step process, you know? So just bear with me. Is a satire light? I need a light. Oh, right. I understand. I'm a band. I wish. Yeah, I've kind of like... I'm just like not covering mass shootings anymore. I don't know. Like... I don't know. I don't have like a hard and fast rule or anything. Give me a sec. I got the part of the job here is writing tweets, you know, so bear with me. Gotta have like a thread and everything. If you would like to support me in this moment, feel free to what the fuck? I clicked on an ad. I hate clicking on ads, man. It sucks. Feel free to like retweet this, you know. I'm working on this, so just, you know, give me a sec. And I'll pop this on screen so you can look at it. But yeah, I got demonetized again. Like again, this is not the first time this has happened. Apparently DMX is not in a good position as well, according to the news. So if you can retweet this, I would really appreciate that. Because, like, getting a YouTube strike is one thing. But, you know, this is a little bit of a bigger thing, so. I'm trying to find where. What's tweet? Mark Radler having a good time. What's tweet? Are you in this universe right now? What's tweet? God damn. This is not what I expected on doing today, so I apologize. Alright, what did I miss? I would tweet, but I do not Twitter. You should, just for me. Like, consider it. I had DMX in my ER as a patient like 10 years ago. That's interesting. What happened? Man, typing tweets is like... This is a whole ass job, dude. This is crazy. Reminder, there are people out there that get paid like a lot of money to type tweets. Anyway, so yeah, let me refresh this. So I posted a thread on Twitter, as you can see, pointing out like that YouTube just sent me this email. I got this email at 10:03 a.m. Eastern time, I suppose. 10:03 a.m. So basically, as soon as I went live, they demonetized my channel, which is pretty interesting. It's definitely interesting. So that's no good. Anyway. So yeah, this is the second time this has happened. I believe I already refreshed that, but I'll refresh it again. This is the second time that this has happened. YouTube, a couple months ago in February, demonetized a large quantity of left-wing YouTube channels, and remonetized me shortly afterward. But I want to read this Twitter thread that I wrote up. So this is the second time that @Team YouTube has chosen to demonetize my entire channel again. That's all caps, folks. Last time was February 3rd, once again stating my content is, quote, harmful to viewers. Yeah, unbelievable. No warning, no specifics, nothing. Entire channel's revenue is gone. So as you can see here, during a recent review, our team of policy specialists. What is that? Like, again, I just want to, like, what is a policy specialist? what? Like, okay, imagine, like, okay, you're a human being, right? And you wake up in the morning and you go to work and your job is being a policy specialist at YouTube. Wait, I can't imagine that because that person doesn't exist. They use robots. It's called the algorithm. There is no policy specialist. They just made that up. So yeah, so my entire channel is demonetized. And as you can see here, it says that my content is harmful to viewers and focuses on controversial issues. MSNBC focuses on controversial issues. Do they have monetization? Fox News focuses, they love controversial issues and harming their viewers. Do they have monetization? Think about that, folks. And so this is the last time that this happened on February 3rd. Again, this was in part of like a bigger YouTube purge. I don't know if that happened again. Someone let me know if they see anyone else talk about themselves getting demonetized. Because what happened last time is so many people got demonetized. YouTube decided to re-monetize my channel after there was like some news articles written about it. And of course, my name was very conspicuously left out of a few of these news articles. That being said, they did apologize for this and re-monetized my channel within a couple days. I don't know if that's going to happen again. You know, I hope, right? Like, I hope to God that that happens again. But there's really no way to know. And then, of course, I got a strike, I guess a week and a half or so ago, on my video from January 6th. For those of you that are new here, what I did on January 6th is I live streamed Trump's speech and then covered protests as my live stream for the day. And obviously I did not know that they would storm the Capitol and get inside. I figured the cops would just beat them up outside for a bit and they would go home crying. That's what I figured would happen. But either way, during Trump's speech, I was laughing at it, playing the sound drops, like making fun of him the whole time. The video is literally entitled Not Good, live commentary of Trump's January 6th speech. And so it's literally called Not Good. But they said the content is advancing false claims of widespread fraud. So the only way that that would make any sense at all, right? Okay, is that if you just say Trump being in the video is advancing election fraud. That's the only way. So then if that's the case, then every single video of Trump's speech on January 6th should be gone, right? Well, not on Fox News, not on MSNBC. If you look up C-SPAN, they used some of Trump's speech in their impeachment inquiry just a couple months ago. Is that content being struck and removed for promoting the idea that the election was stolen? Are people, just Republican politicians who have YouTube channels, are they getting their YouTube channels deleted for advancing these conspiracy theories or for having a Trump clip in their videos? No, they're not. It's just, you know, people like me who debunk these disgusting myths. But either way, so this is a pretty not good situation. So I want to be like, you know, open about the monetary aspect of this YouTube thing. Yo, my head is like, I'm like scratching my head and it feels good. Anyway, so I make a significant portion of my money from people contributing to me as a person, and not as much on ads. That being said, super chats are on the screen. They're literally there. Like it's easy for people to click a super chat button and give me super chats, as compared to giving me money on PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon. So theoretically, right, assuming this stays, let's assume, right, that this I'm no longer monetized for the rest of my YouTube career. All right, let's assume that. Well, ad revenue isn't the biggest portion of my income. Now, let's assume I double or triple in the size of my channel. At that point, ad revenue might become like a couple thousand a month or something, right? Because the way this stuff works is it works on an exponential rate. The more and more subscribers you get, the more viewers you get, the more watch time, the more ads you get, and then also the better ads you get. So it's like the more your channel is kind of like shown to be profitable, the more bigger advertisers will advertise on it. So not only will you get more ad time, ad clicks and stuff, but there will be better ad rates. So, but as of this moment in time, as of yesterday, the ad rate on my channel isn't that great. I make probably around $400 to $500 a month on advertisements, which isn't nothing. But you know, it's something. It's you know, a somewhat sizable chunk. So again, this if this does stay, this does impact me. It's not like, you know, I'm not gonna starve or anything. Assuming, and that's assuming, of course, that people continue to give me money in other ways. Like, for example, on PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon. And I don't want to be too much of a prick here, but I will go ahead and relink those in the chat if people want to contribute. Again, I didn't want today's show to be bogged down like this. I have like a whole thing, and I guess I'll still try to get through it. I still have some other shit I want to talk about. But again, this just fell into my lap, so this is a problem. If y'all want to help me in any capacity not have to worry about this, I would appreciate that. Because again, I am in this current point in time, I am not necessarily strapped for cash. So what that means is I make more money than I spend on a month-to-month basis. I actually don't spend that much money outside of like rent and stuff. I don't spend that much money. I mean, I spend money on drugs, but like other than rent and drugs and like water and food, that's about it. So I don't really spend that much. I'm a relatively, you know, I have a robust PlayStation 1 collection, but that's not important right now. But either way, again, this is like $300 to $500 a month on ad revenue that I will be missing. So that's, you know, that kind of sucks. Super chats are gone. No super chats. No any money transmitted through YouTube. I do not get anything of. So if you do want to contribute, PayPal, Patreon, or Cash App are going to be the best ways to do so. The other thing about that is, like, now again, theoretically, PayPal, Patreon, and Cash App, I get more of the money from those. YouTube, I get like 80% of the super chat. So if you give me $10, I get $8, and then YouTube takes the rest. If you give me money on PayPal, if you give me $10 on PayPal, I get $10 on PayPal. If you count me as purchasing a good or a service, which you are not doing, if you're giving me money on PayPal, you are not purchasing a good or a service. So if you do friends and family, which I consider everyone a friend, but I'm just saying, if you do a purchase as a good or service, I still get like $9.50 from PayPal, not $8. And the same goes for Patreon and Cash App. And so, like, theoretically, if people just move that contributions over and they contribute at the same rate that I normally get, then the ad revenue is made up and just fees being taken out at that point. But, you know, I mean, that, I'm not, you know, I don't control other people. I have no control over other people. And it's awkward to discuss the control of other people in that capacity without turning them off. But yeah, this is annoying. I did definitely not anticipate this today. If you do want to give me money on Patreon, again, I would really appreciate that. Patreon, I guess, is going to be like an area where if you want to support me as a person, it's going to be like the best kind of way to do so over a longer term. So as you can see, this is me. This is my epic Patreon. I should really post more on here, but I don't because I'm lazy. So this is really just a way for you to help me out. If you want to give me, like, for example, right, I've got 9,000 something YouTube subscribers thanks to, I got a huge influx because 1996 Republican nominee for president Bob Dole shouted me out on their podcast. But if every one of my subscribers gave me like $50, I would have like $3,000, $4,000 a month. So like if you just gave me 50 fucking cents, I mean, think about that, I'd be good to go. But obviously that's not the case. But so instead you should give me $10 because you know that not everyone else is going to be giving me 50 cents. What you should do is give me the money to make up for the other people who are, I'm just joking, obviously. I just want to say, like, this is, again, I was not anticipating on talking about this. So, anyway, this is a little bit annoying. I'm pissed off. I'm pedo, as the kids would say. Apparently, Clarence Thomas is arguing about social media in the Supreme Court. Thank you, Twitter, for the update. And yeah, so Andrea's monthly budget: rent $1,200, food $450, PS1 games $3,000, dog food $50. There's a little bit messed up there. Obviously, PS1 games I would spend $5,000 a month on. My rent is not $1,200. It is an undisclosed amount less than. Food $450. Jesus Christ, what am I feeding a family of 7? Like, no, I'm one person, so food is like more like $20. I spend more on dog food than I do for food for me. And I spend all of my money on PS1 games. So super chats for the past month are in limbo. Well, I can check that. So because today is the last time I got my channel demonetized, it was February 3rd. And today is April 6th. So the payment threshold is $100. I have already made $100 in April with super chats and ad revenue combined. So they are not stuck in limbo this time. But the reason why they were last time was because it was February 3rd and I had made like only $60 in the first 3 days. And then if you don't hit the $100, they don't give you your money. But this time I have hit the $100 payment threshold, so I should be good. I do not endorse repealing Section 230. That is not my policy prescription. And for the record, just, to talk about Clarence Thomas's position, I am not for regarding them as public utilities either. I am for neither of those options. I believe in just breaking up all these companies and going back to having individual websites. That's my opinion. Gotta build up that retirement fund. PS1 collection and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Hell yes, hell yes. You don't need to use the Patreon app. You can just use your browser. Yeah, you can just use your browser. I typically $60 every 2 weeks. I'm just myself for food. Yeah, I mean, I don't spend that much money on food. I kind of cheap out for the most part. Time to hit up the castle and collect the money he owes me. Yo, Steam had a huge pump. How much money did he owe me again? It was like $400 like a couple months ago when Steam was like 30 cents a coin. How many, wasn't it like 1,000 Steam or something? Doesn't that guy owe me thousands of dollars now? He could have just given me my money in February. He could have just admitted defeat in January, right? But now that's Steam, the cryptocurrency. We're not the Valve gaming software. We're talking about the cryptocurrency here. But now that the value of Steam has risen, for those of you that are uninitiated, I made a bet with someone, a former friend of mine who turned full QAnon Trump supporter. I made a bet with him around this time last year that Trump would lose the 2020 election, and we bet cryptocurrency. And so he pretended the election was stolen, and then he failed to give me the money that I earned in this bet. But the money we bet cryptocurrency, so like the money of the bet in US dollars fluctuates, and so the last time we calculated, I think it was like he owed me $400, but now I think he owes me like $2,000. He still thinks Biden hasn't won. Do you have like any links to that? I don't want to bog down this segment. Send me a link to the castle. I'll do a whole other segment on the castle. You will cancel your membership with someone else and give it to me. Well, I mean, if you want, right? If you want, I mean, I'll do that. I will accept that, obviously. But I mean, the way I do memberships, and the way I contribute to people is I do so based on like a hierarchy of need and also how much I appreciate them. So, like, for example, there's a lot of channels I watch that have, a lot of subscribers, and I don't give them money because they get enough money from other people. That's my understanding of it. So, I mean, as long as you're bumping someone with more revenue than me for that, I mean, I would appreciate that. But I don't want you to bump someone who's, like, lesser off than me for me, because that would kind of make me feel bad. Alright. That's what I need to do. I need to get to that good base of support where, like, I can be good to go regardless. But either way, I'm really needing to start collecting on the castle, who's still owes me a significant amount of money. I have the link, thank you. Canceled my sub to Jimmy Dore and gave it to you. Thank you. All of my unemployment claims got denied, but I'm appealing. I'm sorry about that. 69 patrons. Do I have 69? Is that true? Is that factual? Again, for those of you that are just coming in, I got demonetized again, right? Another time! It happened again! So I am at 69 patrons, folks. Please back me up. Maybe I should start doing Patreon milestone goals or something. I don't know, like what would I do? That's the thing, is like, if I get X amount of money, I do what? I do Y? Well, what is Y? I don't know what Y is. You know what I mean? Like, what is Y? I do Y? What do I do? I mean, if someone gives me money, then what do I do? What's the step 2 there? What am I supposed to, like, dance on webcam? Like, do you want me to, like, fucking, like, should I eat, like, meat or something? I'm a vegetarian. If I get $1,000 a month on Patreon, I'll eat meat. Is that something I should do? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I needing? Don't worry about that. What do I need to do in order to get people to give me money? Because I don't know. Like, should I eat like a bowl of Fruit Loops? Like, I'm a reformed sugar addict. I haven't had Fruit Loops since I was a kid. Should I eat a bowl of Fruit Loops for $2,000? Patreon exclusive feet cam. Did I do the one for 25? I did that years ago, man. I did that years ago. Like, that was a long time ago. That was a long, like before I started Above It All and everything. Interview the letter hack. That guy is awesome. Alright, folks, you heard it here first. If I get $1,000 on my Patreon, I will interview the legendary letter hack. That guy is awesome. So, there you go. The Patreon exclusive angle for the workout videos. Hell yes. We could all watch TV or something together. Maybe I could do that. I could, like, you know, do like a once a month, like, you know, night where I don't know. What the fuck do these people do? I gotta, like, phone up some of my YouTuber friends. Hey, what do you do to get money on Patreon? Like, oh, yeah, I just pretend I'll like people on Discord for a certain number of I don't know, to me it just feels, like, I don't know, like, should I do, like, a 6-hour Discord call, like, once a month, make it 12 hours? I don't know, and then people can come in and talk to me for, like, maybe, but, like, why would anyone do that? Like, I don't know, I'm just some dumb bitch. So, I don't know. I'll run a 5K if I get 5K patrons. I'll do that. Damn right. I'll do a 10K for fucking 2K patrons. I mean, I'll distort those numbers. I'll mess with the ratio quite significantly. Play games with your patrons. Cooking show. I gotta do more cooking videos. I don't know. People like Vosh go live and viewers climb over each other to throw money at him. It's wild. Can someone do that with me? Let me check my, like, PayPal and stuff. I'd like to say thank you to those that are giving me money on PayPal. I don't know if, like, you want me to read your names, but we got, quote, fuck YouTube, exclamation point. Thank you for the $25. And we've got, quote, nothing, because they wrote nothing. Thank you for the $10. I really do appreciate that. We got some new patrons. We got some patronizers, folks. Please patronize me at this current moment. What does Pac-Man do that I should be adopting? Max the dog? Max the dog is somewhere. Yeah, he's on the floor. Pac-Man used to be on crypto platforms that I'm on, Steemit and Hive, but he stopped posting recently as soon as, like, the price started escalating quite significantly, so joke's on him. More for me. But I know that Pac-Man does do a lot of, like, really interesting, shall we say, sponsor deals for, like, companies that may or may not be scrupulous. And honestly, if you are an unscrupulous company and you want to advertise on a YouTube show, please send me an email, Andrea@speed.dog. He begs for subscriptions and does almost daily live streams. I mean, I don't do almost daily live streams. I do daily live streams. Like, I do daily, I don't do almost daily. What do you think I am? A fucking parent? What do you think I do? Have a life? What? I do daily live streams. What is this David Pac-Man bullshit? Oh, he almost does daily live streams. What? Taking days off? What a fucking cuck. But anyway. Mila, I just joined your Patreon, albeit at the lowest level. Wish I could afford this. It's all good, Mila. Like I said, if I were to get even, like, you know, like $5 from every, like, active viewer right now, right? That would put me in a really good position. So, like, that would put me in a really good position. But for those of you who are just joining, my entire YouTube channel has been demonetized for the second time. This is the second time. Can I advertise on your channel? This might not be the targeted audience, but who cares? Yes, I am open to any and all sponsorship deals for anything. I genuinely don't give a fuck what it is. As long as you give me money, I will say whatever. For the most part, I'll put an asterisk on there. I guess I should. But, yeah, so that's kind of the situation we're in. Not good, folks. Not good. But, what are you gonna do?
Not good. Believe me, not good.
ExxonMobil are watching. This is the part where I check my Twitter notifications and look at the inadequate amount of retweets that I've received. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be doing that. Like, during an actual moment where I need people's assistance, I should not be doing my typical thing. Yo, I actually got a Stitch Fix box right back there that I haven't opened yet because I'm lazy. Did I see that Glenn Greenwald defended George's voter suppression? I did. Yeah, the guy's a fucking... He is not intelligent. If you do a I've been demonetized video, I can always pop it up on Reddit. There you go. I'll clip this one first. This happened during one of my streams. That's why it's interesting. Obviously, this is the most important of the tweets that I put out. Every time I get a strike or get demonetized, I try to have, like, SpongeBob gifs. I don't know, it's just, like, my theme, because it happens so often. But, this is the SpongeBob gif of my choosing for this time around. But, yeah, I'm going to get back into the regularly scheduled programming. So, I appreciate everyone for bearing with me. I, again, did not anticipate this happening today, but what are you going to do? Can't win them all. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right? That's the name of the game. Alright. What else do we got here? All right. Let's talk about Joe-ass motherfucking Manchin, right? Let's get a little bit of a palate cleanser. Let's shit talk some old white motherfuckers. Did this have anything to do with the bot moderator on the stream? Or this... Let me add an amendment here. When it comes to YouTube fucking around, right, when you know that they are wrong, like, it's one thing if I'm, like, saying something that's probably potentially offensive, right, and then they, like, you know, choose to put the hammer down when you can make the argument that it should be a little bit more lenient. But, like, for example, when I got a strike for saying, like, the strike says that I was advancing widespread fraud in the 2020 election, I never said that. There is not a single moment in my history as a person in any capacity ever that I said the 2020 election had widespread fraud. I've never said that. So when it's clearly wrong, when it is clearly incorrect, and again, this is the problem with YouTube and a lot of these corporations is they just use algorithms, right? The spending time wondering what the problem is, right, as like, other than as a preventative measure from getting hit by a bot again. Like, for example, I don't talk about coronavirus that much because I don't want to get hit for those flags. I don't talk about 2020 election stuff that much because I don't want to get hit by those flags. So other than preventative measures, it is an absolute waste of fucking energy to wonder, is it this that you did? Because you'll just get stuck in a thought loop of just, like, trying to please a literal algorithmic robot that doesn't exist in a corporate, like, oligarchy, like, controlled billionaire fucking cabal of fucking crazy people. Like, it's just a waste of your time and energy. You will never know the answer. They will never give you the answer. It is a waste of time trying to find the answer. So, I don't want y'all to, like, worry about that on my behalf. Again, outside of preventative measures, like for which content I should focus on and that kind of stuff, outside of that, it's, you know, it's just a waste of your damn time. But I appreciate the worry, though. Have a good day, Mila. I apologize that I didn't get any more news stories in for you, but I'm getting there, don't worry. What, this one?
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television.
That is him mocking Marco Rubio during the 2016 primary. So just look up Rubio Trump 2016 and you'll probably find the clip. Also from that clip.
Unbelievable.
I don't accept silly stories. No apology needed. All right. If you say so. But yeah, that sucks. Thank you for everyone that gave me money on Patreon and has signed up for that. That definitely helps me out. Including but not limited to Realon. My thing is I don't know if people want me to like read their names or whatever. Like, should I do something where I've got like scrolling text that like says thanks to the patronizers or the donor? I don't know. Like, I don't feel comfortable putting people's names on the stream without their express permission, right? And like most people don't like say that they want that from the get-go. My reasoning is simple. It's because a lot of people's names on PayPal and Patreon are not their real names. You know what I mean? So, and as someone that has had experience using a name that isn't my real name on, you know, places like PayPal, I don't like the idea of putting someone else's not real information on there without their permission. But if people give me their permission, then I would gladly, I guess, say something out loud or whatever. You know what I mean? You're welcome to say Fartatron as many times as you want. I'm sure the bots will love it. I'm sure they will. Yeah, I would only shout out if they leave a note. Please shout out. Yes, sure. The express written permission of Major League Baseball. Sure. I prefer Major League Biden. Couldn't hurt to do a verbal thanks at beginning. Yeah, I mean, I would like to. It's just, you know, you know, we need to get like a list of people that I can and can't do that with, I suppose. Because I really don't want to put anyone in an awkward position revealing their personal information. Or their, I guess, in some capacities, non-personal information. But, yeah, so. So anyway, with that being said, let's get back into the news. I apologize for that detour. Again, I did not anticipate that occurring today. So, with that being said, let's talk about Joe Manchin. So I want to remind everyone a little bit of a history lesson. So in early 2021, you know, the year, a lot of stuff has happened in 2021 so far, but at some point in 2021, the most popular legislation in decades was passed, and that was the American Rescue thing from President Joe Biden. And during this package, Joe Manchin, a senator from West Virginia, said that people making $80,000 a year are too wealthy. They're too wealthy to be getting stimulus checks. Too wealthy for stimulus checks if you make $80,000 a year. Rather, if you made $80,000 a year in 2018 or 2019, right? Maybe you lost your job and haven't filed taxes yet. Whatever. They don't care. So now Joe Manchin, after saying $80,000 a year is rich kids. Those are like the richest of the rich. They're going to Ivy League schools. They're super duper rich. After saying that, Joe Manchin is at it again, folks, Senator Joe Manchin 3, I didn't know that Joe Manchin was a 3, that's crazy, said on Monday he opposes a key part of the White House infrastructure plan as early objections across the political aisle threatened to cloud the fate of the $2 trillion proposal. Speaking on a West Virginia radio station, Manchin said he would vote against President Biden's proposal to raise the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%, instead saying the tax rate should be set at 25%. Even if all other Democrats support the plan, Manchin's opposition would likely be enough to kill it because the Senate is split 50-50 between Democrats and Republicans. So again, $80,000 a year, richy rich, rich, rich. But then, on the other hand, corporations, oh, well, they're the little guy. What about those little, poor, impoverished corporations that are paying $0 in tax rates because of legal loopholes? What about them? We all know that those people in West Virginia surviving on $80,000 a year 2 years ago before losing their job, they're way too wealthy. They're good enough to retire and feed their family for generations. We all know that. But those corporations, a 28% would just be too much. It's just, what? Again, it's bizarre. It's fucking crazy. So this guy is just again, he's out of control. But someone on, in the world is trying to control him in some capacity. And so yesterday, I believe this was yesterday, Senator from another state, Vermont, Bernard Sanders, went on the Mehdi Hassan show and said that, he's willing to go to West Virginia to campaign against Joe Manchin's stupid garbage. And we saw that Joe Manchin says a lot of things and then changes his mind. He does a lot of 180s. He kind of just loves being in the news because he's an attention whore. And so, let's see what Bernie Sanders has to say about this scenario.
Just on Joe Manchin, you say you support getting rid of the filibuster, but Senator Joe Manchin has said he won't agree to that. He doesn't back a $15 minimum wage increase. He doesn't back the 28% corporate tax rate that's proposed. When you were running for president, you said you would go to West Virginia and rally working people there against Senator Manchin, pressure him to do the right thing. Hold on. Let me just ask the question.
Real quick, I'm trying to scratch my lip with my teeth in case you're wondering what that awkward face was.
Let me just ask the question, Senator. Do you think President Biden should pressure Joe Manchin in the way you said you would, or will that just make him defect to the Republican Party, some people say?
First of all, talk to Joe Manchin, but second of all, there is a lot of work being done internally in terms of bringing the Democratic caucus together. Once again, we passed the most significant piece of emergency legislation, which, among other things, will cut childhood poverty in half. I expect that the second reconciliation bill will be very profound in creating millions of good-paying jobs. And by the way,
I hope
I'm going to do everything that I can, along with others, in making sure that we do pass that $15 an hour minimum wage.
Understood.
As well
but
as
you support internal pressure. But you support internal pressure on Joe Manchin, not publicly going to West Virginia and calling him out, as you said.
Well, I think there are a variety. I have no problem with going to West Virginia. But I think we need a grassroots movement that makes it clear to Joe Manchin and everybody else in the United States Senate, including Republicans, that the progressive agenda is what the American people want. They want to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. They believe that health care is a human right, should be universal. They demand that the rich start paying their fair share of taxes. These are not my ideas. This is what the American people want right now. And our job is to rally the American people in every state in this country to make sure that the government starts working for the working class of this country, not just the 1%.
So that's where the clip ends. You can go watch the full interview if you want. There's some other clips I've seen. I debated talking about them today, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, so Bernie Sanders is going out there making it clear that Joe Manchin has no leg to stand on other than the fact that, of course, corporations funnel money into his campaign. So why would Joe Manchin be afraid of people protesting in West Virginia when people do not fund his, seat in the Senate? I'm just throwing that out there. But at the same time, Bernie's going on there basically saying Joe Manchin is a loser, and he says he has no problem going to West Virginia. I want him to go a lot further than that. I want him to... Now, if there was an alternate universe where Bernie Sanders did the same thing that Joe Manchin did, but, for the reverse, I'd be heavily supportive of that. And that's the thing, is that Joe Manchin, and any one of these Democrats could be the Joe Manchin, right? But Joe Manchin has just slid himself into that position. Same thing with Sinema and so forth. But if we could have Democrats like Bernie, or let's throw a bone out there. Let's, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, where are y'all? Come on, Amy Klobuchar, come on, y'all, aspiring presidential candidates. Any of them could hold up legislation and get a lot of cool points in the media for similar things to what Bernie would do if he were to do this. And that's what I think that we need to do. Instead of just giving in on Joe Manchin's hostage fucking situation, we should have everyone else retract from the bill. As far as I'm concerned, the American Rescue Plan was a must-pass package. I think the infrastructure plan isn't as much of a must-pass. I would not be necessarily concerned if it took an additional 6 months for this to get passed, if the bill itself is much better at the end of those 6 months. Obviously, we need infrastructure overhaul right now. We need it immediately, right? But if you've got people like Joe Manchin coming in, that's going to make things a little difficult, right? But at the same time, again, if Bernie and other so-called progressive Democrats were to play hardball, I think that could make for an interesting conversation. And could it sink the infrastructure plan? Maybe, but that's at that point up to Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden has to say, do I agree with Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, or do I agree with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren? By the way, both of those two people, helped me win the primary. Elizabeth Warren basically making it impossible for Bernie to win, and then Bernie dropping out and doing everything for him to win the general, right? So who does Joe Biden side with on that instance? I don't know. I say we put that option on the table. And that's what I would pressure Bernie Sanders to do. And if you live in a state like Massachusetts or whatever, call up Elizabeth Warren. Tell her to hold up the legislation for something, right? That's what they should be doing. It shouldn't just be the conservatives that are holding up legislation. It should be everybody. And so that's my estimation of this situation, and I hope Bernie does play hardball. I am not anticipating that he will play hardball. And Kamala Harris went to West Virginia once. Let's see if she'll do it again. She's vice president now. I mean, sure, she lets people in the White House get fired for marijuana use when she has used marijuana, admittedly, in the past. Sure, she campaigned on decriminalizing marijuana and just forgot about it and ignored it. But maybe she hasn't forgotten that she pretended to be a progressive senator from California. So maybe she'll go out there, go to West Virginia, join Bernie Sanders, and do some cool stuff. But I doubt it. And again, I don't necessarily have a problem with the infrastructure bill being held up, assuming the bill at the end of it is better. If it turns out to be worse, if it gets delayed, and it gets delayed for the worse, then that's a serious problem. But fuck Joe Manchin. All my homies hate Joe Manchin. And also some people that aren't my homies also hate Joe Manchin. And so we have like a unique, cross-party deal here where everyone just fucking hates Joe Manchin. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's what I think. I don't think... Now, if I were to respond to Sophie in the chat without reading all of their messages in depth, which I apologize for, I don't think protesting outside of Bernie's house is the most adequate use of resources. I would say if we could mobilize such an effort to go to, like, Bumblefuck, Vermont, right, for an organized protest, I would rather use that same organizational effort to do something else. That being said, I do think Bernie needs to play hardball, and I completely agree with that. So, and also, I mean, I have plenty of criticisms of Bernie's experience, or not experience, but behavior in the primaries. But I don't, I'm not much of a, when I do content, a lot, maybe this is a flaw with me, it's possible. But when I do content, I like to focus on the present as much as possible. there's a lot of people that like to focus on the past. And I think that focus, like bringing up things like Joe Manchin and him saying $80,000 households are wealthy, right? I think that that's good when in context, when in appropriate context. But I don't know. I don't necessarily like to dwell on the primary situation because I feel like that opens up like alternate versions of history. Like there's a lot of ostensibly left-wing commentators that think that like Bernie Sanders, if he were to have destroyed Joe Biden in the primary debate, or in other debates, that he would have had an easy time winning the nomination. And I don't think that that's true. I just don't. I think if Bernie Sanders were to have destroyed Joe Biden starting in 2019, like June 2019 in the debates, I think maybe it's possible he would have won the primary. It's possible, but it's definitely not guaranteed. But I don't want to like feed into the narrative or the idea that it was guaranteed, because there's a lot of people out there like ostensibly left-wing commentators that say if only Bernie did this, he would have been president and it's all Bernie's fault or something. I disagree with that analysis. I think if you want to lay blame at Bernie Sanders, I would say his biggest blunder was in 2016, not 2020, but in 2016, starting his presidential campaign. You know, if you were to start it 3 months earlier and did it seriously from the ground up instead of just an issue campaign for the first like 6 months, I think that he would have been president in 2016. So if you want to like blame Bernie's decision making, I would blame him on that one, more so than I would on him going easier on Joe Biden in debates. But you know, that's it's just throwing out shite. I'm just speaking shite. But yeah, y'all, no fighting in the chat. No fighting. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I would just say I would definitely not organize a protest outside of Bernie's house. I would say if you want to organize a protest to get Bernie's attention, doing so while the Senate is in session, so all 100 senators could have a chance at, you know, getting your message. I would say that that's probably a better choice. Than going to Bernie's house in Vermont, right? But I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that you said that, Sophie. I'm extrapolating on what you said in the chat room and putting, like, don't I look more intelligent when I hold a pen? I just started holding a pen. Doesn't this make me, like, look at me? Like, I need, like, a notepad, too. Like, this just, you know. I'm not trying to attribute these statements to you, Sophia. But what I am saying is that, I'm just extrapolating, and look how intelligent I am. See, look at me, look at that. Got my glasses, you know, and then I'm writing down words of wisdom, etc. Anyway. You have a stomach ache. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Having a stomach ache can be pretty fucking painful, man. But yeah. So again, reminder, I got demonetized on YouTube. Like, that sucks. Do the pencil behind the ear thing again. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure. Again, I would like to say thank you to everyone who contributed on PayPal and Patreon during this moment of, annoyance, I suppose. It really means a lot. And was Sophia being nitpicky? Maybe. Mr. Freak, are you reading her messages as a less than charitable interpretation? Maybe. I don't think anyone's wrong here. I think people just have their opinions, and, I really don't like when people in the chat argue with each other. Like, it's one thing to disagree and have that conversation, but when it gets to the argument level, it makes me uncomfortable. Patreon ear content when? Ear content? You want my ears? I mean, I'll give that for free, man. There you go. I know that was probably despicable, but what are you gonna do? Yep. Let's check Twitter. Let's see if people are retweeting my call for help. See how much attention I'm getting. Max the dog. I need you all to look at this dog. Like, he's literally sitting on the floor making a noise looking like that. Like, what do I do? Like, what is it that is, like, required? Like, I have to do something. Like, this dog is not allowed to just sit there being all adorable. Like, and just, you know, like, there's something that needs to be done. Who's to say that the DNC doesn't go full force behind Bloomberg if Biden was truly sunk? I mean, that's the thing, is there's so many different outcomes that are possible that I don't want to think about. Like, personally, I would prefer Biden over a couple people. Like Buttigieg, for example. Like, I think Biden is a better choice than Buttigieg. I'm just saying, I think Buttigieg would have lost the general election. Absolutely. I think that would have been a blowout. I think that would have been a disaster. And, you know, if he were to become president, you know, it'd still be pretty, like, I would say comparable to the Biden administration so far. Maybe a little worse, but I don't know. Patreon only bikini stream. Man, you're suggesting OnlyFans, now you want a bikini stream. Just say what you really think, Jose. Come on, man. I have never worn a bikini. I probably never will. So that's, I'm sorry, that's probably not going to happen. But I appreciate you for asking. We're all friends here. I hope so. I hope so. Like, my thing is, I don't mind if people, agree or disagree with me. Like, I feel like, as far as I'm concerned, I think there's so much that we can talk about that it's agree to disagree sort of a thing. As long as we are all anti-capitalist, that's really my main thing. So as long as everyone that watches me understands that capitalism is, like, basically the root of all evil, I'm down with disagreeing on other things. As long as the grand message is understood. Thirsty chat? I mean, a thirsty chat is a healthy chat. It keeps their eyeballs on the screen. You know what I'm saying? This dog's on the move. He's looking in the mirror. Max is like, who's that dog in the mirror? Who is that? Is that me? Is that me? Who is that? What's going on? There's a dog in there. Look at that. He's so... Lord. Maybe I should do a podcast where, like, I'm in the shower, right? And you just hear the water, and, like, that's enough for, like, you know, the sensational sensations to kick in. How does that sound? I could do a shower podcast. Yo, I've got such a fucking profound knot in my hair that it's, like, actually a problem. Anyway, let's get on with the news here. So, known advocates of dismantling cancel culture, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a real freedom fighter, First Amendment fanatic, has been mysteriously caught deleting tweets. And so, as you can see here, she has deleted some tweets about her support of Matt Gaetz, including this photograph, which is has been saved and reposted on Twitter.com, of her posing and being excited to pose with Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz, by the way, currently embroiled in a sex scandal, he's being alleged to have paid via Cash App and Apple Pay, I believe, has paid 17-year-olds for sex, allegedly, and that is being investigated. Now, he denies those claims, but I mean, just look at the guy, Jesus Christ. And so Marjorie Taylor Greene, not standing by her convictions, has decided to delete her own free speech, censor her own free speech, and has been deleting some mysteriously relevant tweets in regards to Matt Gaetz. So this is really bizarre. And I'm just, like, pointing this out. If Marjorie Taylor Greene is such a freedom fighter, she is so against big tech censorship, why is she out there deleting her own tweets? Doing Twitter's job for them? Think about that. She is doing Twitter's job for them, doing free work for woke Twitter. Unbelievable. And, you know, again, honestly, I mean...
Unbelievable.
Can you imagine what Donald Trump would say about this? Donald Trump would be disappointed. Big Daddy Donald, you bet your sweet bippy. If he finds out about this, Marjorie's getting a phone call. She's going to get an earful. How dare you betray Matt Gaetz? You know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to bring attention to that. But apparently she's deleted a couple tweets, including but not limited to that photograph of her endorsing and being involved with Matt Gaetz in any capacity. And so again, Matt Gaetz' top spokesman and his staff has resigned. His whole team is kind of like swirling the drain right now. It's over for this motherfucker. And even Marjorie Taylor Greene, potentially, debatably, the furthest to the right member of Congress, at least when it comes to if you define right-wing as QAnon-obsessed conspiracies, she is definitely in the top 5 most whack job Republicans. Even she sees that the ship is sailing over the horizon when it comes to Matt Gaetz. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, that's news, right? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, has Trump spoken about Gatesgate? I don't know. Not sure. I noticed that there's on the YouTube live streaming thing on the stats page, there's like a chat revenue section that's just gone now. If I just scrolled over. Captain Spock, if you read this, come back. I mean, I feel bad about that. I do. I don't know. For those of you that don't know, I had a heated argument with a chat user. And they haven't been back to the stream since. So, I don't know how to feel about that, but I don't feel good. That's for sure. Hello, Yodeler Yodels. What's poppin'? Apparently, Trump has been asking staff about Gatesgate. Interesting. How's Max? Max is good. Trump is busy with the Diet Coke situation. That's true. That's very important stuff for him. Hello, Mr. Mud Joseph. How's it going? I'm probably going to wrap up the show soon, folks. So again, I want to say thank you for watching the show. And I apologize for getting sidetracked with YouTube demonetizing me. Again, I am demonized. I'm actually just going to change the color of this to make it like a little bit more eye-popping. I know, like, bear with me here, but this is how I get people's attention. Boom. Is that even, like, is that legible at all? I don't know, but we'll find out. I am demonized, so I've been re-demonized. That is to say, I've been demonized. So that's gonna be my day. Has kind of been sunken into like a ship of like pressing refresh on Twitter to see what the status is. So that's fun. That's gonna be great. But obviously, again, I just want to say that I try not to let this bullshit get to me on a personal level. I think that having a big corporation have the ability to impact your mood is just a bad thing. A literal robot should not be dictating what the quality of my life as a human being is. So I would highly recommend that no one else be upset about this. Obviously, be upset in the sense of, like, spread the word. If you can go to other people's chat rooms for me and then, like, you know, tell them about this thing that occurred, I would appreciate that. That would be awesome. So for those of you that are just joining me, YouTube has demonetized my channel for the second time this year, after apologizing the first time. And so, yeah, but like, again, don't let it impact your mood. Do what needs to be done. And that it. Because I know, like, I get messages. A lot of people, like, say, like, I'm super sorry. And, and, like, that's fine. And I thank you for the messages. I just really hope other people don't get into a bad mood. The font isn't right as well as the color. Well, the font's not changing. The font is just not going to change. I'm sorry. Comic Sans is how we do it here. How about that? How about that? Is that better? This is a pro Comic Sans stream, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. Let me stretch it. How about that? How's that? But yeah, so more drunk streams. For those of you that didn't watch, I got drunk and did Mega Man X2 and X4 speedruns on Sunday. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember starting X4 a second time at all. I remember ending the stream, and then like watching. I think I watched anime, and then like listened to music, and then like fell asleep. But I don't remember ending the stream. But then I went and watched it, and apparently I just died to a boss over and over, like halfway through the game, mind you. I was so drunk that I don't remember playing the game at all, but I got halfway through the fucking game. Like, can we talk about that? Like, that's impressive, right? But anyway, so feel free to watch the VOD for that if you'd like. Yeah, so. But, yeah, so, wow. I'm just now reading the, title for today's stream. Wow, what an excellent timing. Because I was in a great mood about 2 hours. I mean, I'm still in a good mood. Again, I'm not going to let a robot ruin my day, but still, little inappropriate, or I guess ironic. Yeah. That's ironic, I suppose, of a stream title. So that's a thing. And again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me right now in the chat or later via Discord, Twitter, or other methods. You can feel free to email me, Andrea at speed.dog is my email. If you have any inquiries that would be best inquired in email form. And again, if I'm sorry, I'm just getting comfortable. Like, the stream is almost over, so here I'm slouching. I'm just getting comfy. Again, so if you would like to provide monetary support for me, I've come to the conclusion that I don't know if there's a way for me to properly, say thank you to people that are funding the show. I've been really, like, this is something I've been struggling with for like a couple months, is like, how do I properly communicate on a human level, on an emotional human level? How do I communicate to other people who are giving me money that I truly appreciate that? I have come to the conclusion that the best I can do is just, say thank you over and over again. And so I'm just going to do that. Again, maybe I'll do Patreon milestones. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my tweet. Hit me up, folks. Hit me up. Are you saying my $1 Patreon doesn't pay all your bills? It does. It does. It's, it's the thought that counts. Number one. And again, it's a cliche, but again, I got 51 concurrent viewers at this current moment in time. As the stream is winding down, we got 51 motherfuckers here. If all of them gave me $5, I mean, that would pay my rent for the month, right? So I'm just throwing that out there. You know what I mean? So those are numbers that exist. But also, do I need to have my rent paid on a month-to-month basis? I mean, technically, no. I could make less than my monthly purchases and still be fine. I don't drink whiskey. I drink vodka. I drink vodka and only vodka, because why would you drink anything else? whiskey is for nerds. But also, as far as like, you know, I am not in poverty, I guess, at this current moment in time. I'm a little bit of a penny pincher, so I don't spend my money that frivolously. Again, other than rent and drugs, I mean, that's pretty much my monthly budget. So, and trust me, I got enough drugs for the time being. So, but yeah. So, again, I will maybe stream later today. I don't know. I might. I mean, I might. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. And if I don't, I'll see you tomorrow, assuming my channel is still here. And again, you know, join my Discord. I should promote this more. But join my freaking Discord, folks. I mean, goddamn, right? Like, it's not that hard. Just join the fucking Cord. For those of you that don't know, Discord is a chat program. You can open it in your browser, make an account, and it's my server where I will post updates if something happens to my channel. I'm sure it'll unbuffer. Hey, Maxie. Oh. Max the dog, folks. Is it back on? Are we good? Don't scare me like that, folks. Come on. Don't scare me like that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate this. I apologize. I don't know. I'm always in a constant state of apology. But thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later today or tomorrow or whenever you send me a message and I respond. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you again soon.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it, because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Everybody comes in your grandmother here.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition, while we're talking about WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. Now again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? We say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket. The woman with the leaking pussy, with the leaking pussy, the leaking pussy, the leaking pussy, and then we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe that...
No good. No good.
They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in your grandmother ear. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Not good. Believe me, not good. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order.
Fuck.